Good morning and Hafaday Guam. Once again, I'm Jason Salas, and once again we are coming to you live here on Facebook and YouTube from the Office of Homeland Security and Civil Defense. We are here in Agana Heights, 3 levels down, as we are going to be anticipating a heavy weather briefing, the third in 4 days with the arrival of now Typhoon Mawar. If you are just joining us, trying to get up to speed on exactly what's going on with the weather, some pretty extraordinary situations have happened. Of course, you may notice if you have our Instagram, if you subscribe to our Instagram feed, I should say, it was announced last night that Guam will be going into Condition of Readiness level 1 at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. this afternoon. So again, Core 1 is expected to be declared at 1 p.m. with the anticipation of the storm. Let me get you up to speed on exactly what is going on with the storm. This is the very latest with the storm's track. I'm going to show you guys a couple graphics. If you guys want to see the graphics, again, the URL you need to remember is weather.gov/GUM, and you can find graphics. And again, they are updated 4 times daily, every 6 hours. The numbers to remember: 7171. All right, 7 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m., 1 a.m. But here is the latest 7 a.m. update. The storm right now, the Typhoon Mawar, has gained in intensity right now. Maximum sustained winds now 125 miles per hour, according to weather.gov. That puts it as a Category 3 storm. It is about 235 miles away from our island, and you can see there we are right now with the projection. The storm, of course, was going in the Rota Channel about this time when I came to you yesterday here on Facebook Live. It is now dipped a little bit slightly, perhaps on track to pass very, very near or slightly to the south of our island here in the 671. But there is the general forecasted pattern right now. The one thing, if you read this information on weather.gov/GUM, once again, is that little bend in the track, the kink, and you can see another, this might be a little bit more easy to interpret, but that little bend seems to be going a little bit more south of our friends up north in the Marianas. But you can see right there the projection. Wednesday at 10 a.m. Again, these are just forecasts right now, but the wind speed has picked up significantly. Once again, weather.gov/GUM. Please go to those in your web browser. Please bookmark them. They work on your phone. They work on your iPad. Obviously, they're going to work on your laptop, but those are the URLs you want to bookmark and just refresh to be aware of the storm. So once again, 235 miles to the southeast of Guam right now. Maximum sustained winds are 125 miles per hour, making it a Category 3 storm. If you're just joining us, I'm seeing a lot of you on Facebook right now. So please, if you have any questions, just like yesterday, it was a great way to get your response, your concerns. Please throw them in the comments, and when we are joined by our friends at both the National Weather Service to find out what is going on with the storm, and then again our friends from Adelup, where they will tell us the community response, the numbers you need to call. If you have any questions, how to get in touch with help resources, I'll make sure to ask ask the officials those. The one thing that we do know right at this point, hi Evelyn, good morning. 988 is also the number that works both in Guam and up in Rota, on Tinian, on Saipan. That is a number if you are experiencing any sort of mental health challenges, if you are feeling stressed out, anxious, nervous. Mental health is a very real thing, and of course May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so both governments on Guam and in the NMI are strenuously advising that if you have any concerns whatsoever like that, please call that number wherever you are, 988, and they have trained professionals who will certainly help you out and talk you through your situation. So again, I'm seeing a lot of people jump on. I'm Jason Salas, and I'm coming to you live from Civil Defense, right next to Government House up in Agana Heights. And the situation, here's the graphic just updated as of 7 a.m. And overnight, the storm has increased in intensity. Again, Mawar is an Indonesian word meaning rose, but the storm has strengthened a fair bit and is moving right now at about 7 miles per hour, 235 miles southeast of us. Tropical storm force winds are expected sometime this afternoon, possibly late, definitely before dinner time. So that is the projected track right there. We're gonna momentarily go into the Emergency Operations Center, take you guys with us, and give you the very latest from the National Weather Service about what this means, what the timelines are, and what we can expect. So again, some pretty remarkable activity with the weather overnight. We are in Core 2 right now. Core 1 is expected to be declared at 1 p.m., at which point the government of Guam, the civilian population, and the local military installations here on Guam will be in lockstep as far as being able to properly secure and make preparations for the onset of very bad and very unfavorable weather. Lori Sal says, hi Lori, this is one of my classmates from Sanchez. Stay safe everyone and keep praying. Yes, that is, thank you for adding that, Lori, because again, that number, if you are experiencing any mental health challenges, is 988. That works on Guam and the CNMI. And you know, the power of prayer does a lot too. Again, I was saying this yesterday, and you know, like my bosses at KUM probably aren't crazy about me saying this, but you know, if this kind of information really stresses you out, just find out what's going on. Maybe pop in, maybe once, twice a day. You know, maybe just watch the news, see what's going on, and you know, make sure that you're taking care, you know, of yourself. Make sure you're emotionally good to go. We need everybody's game face. You know, I'm a sports guy. I cover sports too, and we really need everybody's A game. I saw when I was going around yesterday. I live up in Dedido. Lots of neighbors and helping each other prepare the house, get ready, asking if they needed anything, going to the store and buying supplies. You know, no one was really causing a scene. People really coming together and helping each other in anticipation. So, oh, hi Roland, good morning. Now, my eyesight at my age, I have to kind of squint. So yeah. So as far as what has been canceled and postponements, we do have a conversation thread going on our Instagram feed right now. We put that up yesterday. So if you have any cancellations, postponements, you're pushing stuff back, there's a ton of stuff that was on the books to be scheduled, not throughout this week. Also this weekend, of course, you know, down in the southern village of Hagat, it is the Mango Festival. A lot of people looking forward to that. There's not been any official announcement on what goes on with that. I know of at least one school that I'm aware of that has a graduation ceremony planned for this weekend. Yes, Carolyn, praying. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, everybody, please use the prayer emojis. Whatever faith you belong to, or if you know this is the first time you're praying, like it'll certainly hopefully make you feel better and give you a sense of peace if we ask a higher power for blessings during what can be a very stressful time. And you know, while we got a few moments before we head in and begin the briefing, if you guys want to add comments, let me know what is going on in your village. How are things going on over there? I mean, when I left Dedido this morning, the rain was a little bit light, and you know, the forecasts are for, again, possibly tropical storm force winds could begin as early as this afternoon. So that is what's anticipated. Once again, for those of you, there's a lot of people watching right now. So again, what you want to do is please go to weather.gov/GUM. And you can get these, they have text updates that are updated every hour on the hour. And as far as their graphics, again, 4 times a day, 7171, 7 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m., 1 a.m. And you get these tracks and you can see exactly what's going on with the storm, what the wind speed is. Mawar did, Mawar. I called it Mawar yesterday, and some people were saying, no, you're pronouncing it wrong. But again, Mawar, let's call it that, is a Indonesian word meaning rose. And the typhoon did increase in strength overnight as it continues its forward progress towards Guam, about 235 miles away. Now, maximum sustained winds at 125 miles per hour. That means, by definition, it is a Category 3 storm. Landon joined us on KUM News Primetime with Nick and Destiny last night, and he was actually saying that as the storm gets closer, it was definitely a Category 2 storm. Last night he goes, it could possibly increase in strength, making it a Category 3, and at least now on the water, it appears that that is the case. Lissa, yes, and thank you too. Thank you for the comment, Lissa. That's very, very good. Yeah, thank you guys for the prayer emojis. So yeah, What village are you guys from? Where are you guys right now? Just let me know. Even if you're not on Guam, but you have ties to our wonderful island here. What city are you in right now? You may be deployed overseas. You may be in college, in the mainland. You may be in the States. You may be in Hawaii. But just let me know. And again, if you have any questions about what's going on, I'll make sure to ask either the weather experts and the civil defense experts here as far as what's open and where you need to go. I'm trying to think. Okay, Jigo in the house, Dedido, all right. Shout out to the north. Oh, Liz is from Manila. There you go. Okay, I do know there was supposed to be a community caucus for central villages in Manila at the mayor's office. That was supposed to happen last night, I believe, with Senator Chris Barnett, my former KUN colleague. But that has been postponed, so he'll let you guys know. All right, 2 months here, MTM. Yeah, it's light rain right now. I mean, again, I'm 3 floors underground right now, but when I went there, or when I was coming down, it was a little bit of a drizzle. Hi, Tim. Okay, so we got 2 from Melissa. There you go. Okay, so we got a really good assembly of Guamanians, and now that there's a pretty huge amount of you, I wanted to also get you guys up to speed. Here's the other thing I wanted to tell you. Overnight last night, you know that public shelters are now open. They opened at 8 a.m. and there are 12 in total. But here they are, the new ones that opened. Talafofo Elementary, Maritza Martyrs Memorial School in the south, Harry S. Truman for Santa Rita Sumay, Inilahan Middle School, Emiluhan Elementary School is in Jotnya. I mean, we just copied this off the press release. Do you consider Jotnya central or south? But regardless, Emiluhan, if you are in need of public shelter, is open for you. If you are up north, there are 5 shelters as well, as you see there. Astumbo Elementary, Ujoa Elementary, Machanao, Upi up in Jigo, and then Weddingale Elementary School over on Isengsong Road in Dedido. 2 public shelters right now, and again, these have been open since 8 o'clock. If you are in need of a safe place to stay, it's managed. They have resources available for you. Head over to Carbolito Elementary or GW if you are in Manila. So again, 12 total public shelters now open. There were 9 last night. They opened 3 more. So Truman Elementary, Inilahan Middle School, and Emiluhan over in Jotnya if you are in need of public shelter. Again, Guam in Core 2 right now. Core 1 is expected to be called at 1 p.m. this afternoon, at which point most of the island's businesses will shut down. They are going to close. They're going to make sure that that neither their customers or their employees are in harm's way, and that's expected to be, once again, the governor and the admiral, who is the commander of Joint Region Marianas, of course, Rear Admiral Benjamin Nicholson. They are expected to call. They will agree that Condition 1 is in effect. So that takes place at 1 o'clock, we've been told. We reported that last night, and that means that that very dangerous winds can be expected within 12 hours. So the storm, again, 235 miles to the southeast, continues on its track towards Guam. It could pass either very, very close to being directly over us or just slightly to the south. We've got a couple more updates that will happen today again. So weather.gov/GUM. I know I'm saying a lot of this stuff over and over and over. For those of you who just jumped on, and thank you guys for all the comments. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Okay. All right, we got some friends from the NMI, so half a day, Tito. On what has already been a day here. I can't show you a lot of what's going on here at Civil Defense because there are several facilities around me and a lot of confidential information, a lot of, this is a very secure area. It's also really, really quiet, so people are like looking at me funny when they walk by because I'm talking so loud. But we are expected to begin this morning's heavy weather briefing again. That would be this is the 3rd briefing we've had here in Agana Heights in 4 days. Wait, is this the 4th or the 5th? Is it the 3rd in 4 days or the 4th in 5 days? Because we have one Friday, Saturday, Monday, then okay, 4 and 5 days. There you go. And we do hope all of you watching this right now, please share this with your friends and family, because I know a lot of people are really, really concerned. They're curious, they're worried. You can help their mental health too by just saying like, hey, I was watching the live stream, Jason was down there. You know, he pointed the camera and got all the information, and everything. Let them know so you can help. You can help their mental as well. Okay, Rodney and Jessica Sharf are asking about emergency food stamps. That's a very good point. Thank you for that, Rodney. My colleague Nestor Laconta, we are going to be talking to FEMA because FEMA normally, like, they step right in, usually just hours after the typhoons pass. We'll be having that interview for you probably in a couple hours. I know he's setting that up right now. So Nestor will talk about the response activities that are expected as soon as the storm completes its passage over Guam, which again is expected to be sometime in the mid-morning or perhaps afternoon tomorrow. But weather will start getting bad possibly as early as this afternoon. What time we got? Okay, 9:10 in the morning. And for those of you who are just jumping in, let me recap some of the stuff I went over already. There are now 12 public schools that are being used as shelters. If you need a safe place to go, up north, Ostumbo Elementary, Ujoa Elementary, Matsunauna, Upi, if you're in Jigo, and Weddingdale if you were on East Sangsong Road. If you're in the central part of the island, Carbolito Elementary and GW are available for you. And there were initially 2 schools for our brothers and sisters in the south, down in Talafofo and over in Maritzo. 3 more have opened up. Truman over in Santa Rita Sumai, in Alahan, and over in Jotnya on the other side of the island, Emuluhan Elementary School. Those are available right now. They opened at 8 o'clock this morning. So if you know someone who is in need, remember the storm looks like, let me show you guys. The storm once again, weather.gov/GUM is the website. They update every 6 hours, and the storm right now has been on a little bit of a like a wiggle track. And remember what Landon was saying, if you guys have been with us for the past few days, he was saying 3 days ago that these little tiny wiggles, or these variations and everything, they can make a huge impact on the storm's trajectory. You know, like a 1 degree change either north or south, you know, further down the road, that may mean it could mean as much as like a 50 mile difference and everything. So those little wiggles do have a big impact. But as you see right now, the intensity based on the colors, so red, so Guam is and it says in the weather.gov text updates that Guam could likely be experiencing either a direct hit or slightly to the south of our island. Maximum sustained winds right now at 125 miles per hour. This storm did increase in intensity last night, and it is a Category 3 storm right now. Again, please bookmark those URLs, weather.gov/GUM. Please share them with your friends, because that is where you want to go. I set my alarm, I set my Fitbit to just, you know, go off every 6 hours, and then I wake up, I check my iPad, and then, you know, I'll go back to work, I'll go back to sleep if I'm doing something overnight. But it's a really useful resource. So weather.gov/GUM. Please do that, and please share with your friends. And thank you, and Sidus Masi, for doing that. Okay, one thing I also want to mention is we were talking to the Guam Memorial Hospital last night, because of course when we go into Condition 2, and as our island continues to make preparations for Typhoon Mawar, again about 235 miles to the southeast, GMH is now accepting expectant mothers. So if you are pregnant, 36 weeks or more in your pregnancy, or you have a high-risk pregnancy, you are highly advised to go check in to GMH. You're asked to bring, bring a pillow. They said also bring some activities just to, stave off boredom. Maybe a book. Bring your iPad. Maybe a game if you want to play it. But it's okay. Hi, Frema. There's one of my classmates. Frema, I hope you and your family are doing well. Yes, stay safe, family. Yeah, thank you. Frema and I went to Sanchez together, all 4 years. So if you are an expectant mother, 36 weeks or later, that will put you in the second? That's still second trimester or third trimester already? My math isn't good this morning. But the key thing being 36 weeks or more in your pregnancy, please go to GMH. They will definitely take care of you. And they said expect to be there until Condition of Readiness 4 is restored to the island. This could be, possibly 2 to 3 days, but they will not release you until Core 4 has been declared and the all clear has been announced, so that they can make sure that you are in very healthy order, you and your forthcoming baby. So if you're 36 weeks or more, or high risk pregnancy, please do that. Please check in. That's what's going on with GMH. If you want to know what's going on with the airlines and the flights, because of course there are the world around us continues, and there are a lot of people trying to get into Guam. There are a lot of people trying to get out of Guam. They may have had plans already like that. You can check the governor's Facebook page. It's facebook.com/govluguam, GOVLOUGUAM, and they've been putting up all of these these very detail-rich press releases, and they do include like a lot of stuff with the airlines, what the plans are for the airlines as far as how your flights may be affected inbound and outbound. So go check that out. Yeah, there's a lot of information, and when I was here yesterday, I was talking to Crystal Paco San Augustine, and she was saying, the key thing is to make sure that you're getting information from reliable sources. And again, and I was, they are stressing the mental health component to this storm. This storm is very, very unique because this is the first time that our friends up in the CNMI have experienced, the awesome force of Mother Nature since Typhoon Mawar. And remember that super typhoon completely ravaged the islands of the CNMI, and we did what we could here for our neighbors to the north to stand with them and support them. But I was talking to my colleague Tomas Manglonia yesterday, and he was even saying, there are many people out there that have very scary memories of what that was like. So if you are in need, and please pass that number along too. 988 works on Guam. It works in Rota, on Tinian, on Saipan. If you have any mental health challenges, or you're just burnt out, you're upset at this stuff, you're anxious, you're stressed out, whatever, please call 988. The number is available 24/7, and someone will help you out, and we really hope you do so, because again, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay. Let me check the comments real quick. Let me catch my breath. God, I just realized I've been talking like nonstop for almost 26 minutes. This is what I got in trouble for when I was a kid in school, and now like I actually do it for a living. Okay, again, I appreciate all you guys letting me know like what village you guys are from and checking in. Prayers also very much appreciated. While we got a couple more moments, at what point did you guys prepare? When did you guys get your houses squared away? I know some people who just did it this morning. Hey, there's Bev Tess Salas. Hey, Primo, good morning. Yeah, I know some people got water. I filled the water bottles on Saturday. Got the accordion shutters all squared away late yesterday. Okay, Friday. Okay, good. Good for you, Nora. And you are squared away. One thing I did too is because my house, I had the those the storm drains like on the top. I got like 4 or 5 of those like around my roof. I had to get the broom handle and go clean those out. That actually makes a difference. So you guys might want to do that. We had a little bit of rain last night. It was in kind of like heavy spurts that maybe lasted 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes last night. But there was some of the rain. So just go there and clear out that algae. Maybe you had like leaves that have gathered in that thing. Clear out those drains. Don't let it back up. Half a day down in Humatek. Good morning, Humatek. I was down there a few weeks back. I was there for Discovery Day, and it was absolutely wonderful. That was a great day. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to show some of the confidential stuff, but I do want to show you guys inside the room here in Civil Defense. These people are being taken care of by our friends at Civil Defense. We take care of each other on Guam. Those are big bags of food. I just thought I'd show you guys that. Okay, it is 9:19. So we're just awaiting for this morning's heavy weather briefing. I was told it was going to be at 9. And my colleague over here, Eric, said, yeah, it was at 9 o'clock too. So, okay. Do you guys have any questions for me? We've been gathering information at KUM. It's what we do. Do you guys have any questions that you want me to answer? I'll try the best I can right now based on what I know. But is there anything you guys want me to ask? Shoot, go for it. Flood the comment section. I'm trying to make sure we have everything. We're all on the same page here. Okay, good morning, Barragata. Hello to Cindy. Okay, I was just told, thank you for the person who just told me. NWS, they've been doing like their own live streams and their own briefings, so make sure to follow those guys too. I think it's is it facebook.com/NWS Guam. That's the one. And Landon and then his twin brother Brandon. So one of the dingas is probably gonna be getting you guys up to speed with the weather. If you guys were wondering, I'm just filling time here. If you guys are wondering who's the older one of the two twin brothers, Brandon is actually older by 13 minutes. Landon he looks like a little bit older, but it's actually Brandon that is 13 minutes older, for what it's worth. But yeah, apparently they did a live stream at 8 o'clock on their page. So thank you guys for tipping me off on that. Yeah, so follow them too, because they already told me they're going to be doing stuff throughout the night, because they are in Tijin. They have all of those, those big the golf balls, the geodesic orbs is the more scientific term, but like the weather instruments, and those guys are on point. So they have everything that you're going to need to know, and I believe they said they plan to do at least 2 live streams a day. I think like every 12 hours, if not every 6 hours during waking hours. So yeah, so you guys know Landon. He's been coming on our show for years now. You guys got to know him a lot better when we did The Link, our morning show. He came on every Monday. That is the funny thing I know you guys were mentioning too, is Landon is he can be a jokester, and he's very, very jovial. He and his twin brother Brandon, they're men of many talents. They play in the Guam Territorial Band. But he has been uncharacteristically very, very serious and very stoic throughout this whole storm preparation journey that we've all been on together as an island family, as a community. There's the person who tipped me. Oh, there's Bree. Thank you, Bree. She's the one who actually tipped me off. She's like, hello. Landon was on at 8 o'clock, so Okay, Nora says, I know Payless is closing at 11 today. Okay, good to know. Again, condition of readiness level 1 expected at 1 p.m. in the afternoon today. If you guys need to gas your cars, there's probably going to be a line at most of the island service stations. I put up a advisory on KUM.com if you want to see what's going on with the mobile stations. They said they have adequate supply of fuel over in at Cabris, and they are ready. So go and make sure and check out which of your service stations, any service station, make sure that you fuel your car. Please make sure also to go to the ATM. Okay, Ron Chargaloff, how strong are the winds expected to be? Very good question, Ron. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for asking. Okay, here we are as of the 7 a.m. update. Once again, weather.gov/GUM. There is a storm right now. That's about 235 miles away from Guam to the south by southeast. Maximum sustained winds right now at this moment are 125 miles per hour. That makes it a Category 3 storm. Last night it was a Category 2 storm, so it has strengthened somewhat. And as far as it goes over here, these are all projections right now. But the forecast, when Mawar makes its closest point of approach to Guam, that could be sometime mid-morning on Wednesday, at which point that's what you're looking at. So this storm is no joke, you guys. Yeah, Ron Chargaloff says, stay safe out there. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Yeah, and thanks for that question, Ron. Okay, this might be a little bit easier to read, but there we are right now. As of 7 a.m., there's a position of Typhoon Mawar, again, 125 mile per hour maximum sustained winds. It should make its closest point of approach to Guam sometime Wednesday mid-morning. Guam is expected to see tropical storm force winds as early as this afternoon. Trying to think of what else. Anything else you guys want to know? Utility agencies, we've been told they have, as well as Public Works, they have been preparing themselves, as they always do, for the island's water situation, the island's power situation, preparing the technical systems, making sure that everything's in working order. DPW is making sure that the roads are okay. So there is that going on. It's almost 9:30. At some point I'm gonna have to go back to the station. I got to do hotspot at 11:30 or 11. I don't even know what my own show is. Okay, Sherry says, take care, Guamanians. Thank you for that, Sherry. Thank you. Praying for a safe Guam as Typhoon Mawar passes through. Yes, and we all are. So I guess it goes without saying that with Condition of Readiness 1 expected to be declared at 1 p.m. today, all island functions or all events obviously will be at the very least postponed, if not canceled. Most of the islands businesses are expected to shut down. Please do not be on the roads anytime. If you can avoid it, anytime this morning. Guahan Diecast, stay safe, Guam. Yes, thank you for that. And again, you want to make sure that you take care of your mental health too. Again, the number is 988. It's a free service. If you're watching us up north in the CNMI, 988 works for all three islands there as well as here on Guam. That will connect you with mental health experts who will definitely address what you might be going through. It's a very stressful time for all of us. And if you are experiencing any sort of hardship, any sort of stress, nothing wrong with that. Like, we're all going through it together. But if something is a little bit overwhelming, it's not just for the Christmas season. You can get the typhoon blues, as they say, the holiday blues. This is a very stressful time, so please make sure to call it. Okay, Mehalani Ching says, are all GovGuam offices closed today? Yes, indeed. I'm in civil defense right now, and obviously the island's emergency response agencies, they're open, but agencies like UOG, Rev and Tax, like those places, obviously they would suspend operations when we went into Condition of Readiness 2, and that was 2 days ago. Okay, Kiana says, just saw a post that Kmart is set to close at 8 p.m. I've been told that too. Yeah, but Mehalani, the emergency operations, the police department obviously would still be in operations. The hospital obviously still running. The fire department as well. I know they are securing the port. Oh, there's something. So please get the word out. Obviously, these seas are expected to be very, very rough. If you have a boat, you are advised to secure it. Boaters on Guam are very, very responsible. They know what they're doing, and it was actually Safe Boating Week last week. Okay, what was this? Okay, it was Safe Boating Week last week, and I was surprised to actually discover that there are over 1,000 people with boating licenses, like on Guam, that own boats and that have the right to operate boats. I didn't think it was that big. I know a lot of people with boats, but I didn't think it was that many. But yeah, obviously secure your boats, make sure that they're squared away as well. There was a good comment. Wait, let me read that one. Okay, K. Kaleo says, based on the trajectory of Mawar, the eyes were... Okay, there's something interesting about the eye. If you read the text updates from the National Weather Service, there you go. Whoops, I didn't flip the camera on. Okay, they're actually saying that the eye wall is starting to form. Now remember that the radar can actually figure out when the eye wall is starting to get more and more tight and more well defined the closer it gets. So that was a good point to bring to show about the eye. But yeah, an eye is starting to become a little bit more clear. There's something. Okay, John Lastimosa says Naval Commissary is closing at 1300 hours. That is 1 p.m. I still remember my military time from my ROTC days. So thank you for that, John. Appreciate it, man. And we hope you and your family stay safe as well. And you know what? Shout out to all of our friends at the commissary. And we hope they fare well as well. Okay, while we're talking about, yes, where's that one comment? From anywhere. Okay, speaking of the CNMI, I know it was speculated before in, when I came to you yesterday here live, the storm was actually going kind of in between Guam and Rota, maybe like around here, like in between the Rota Channel. And Landon in his presentation yesterday was saying that actually this might actually be good for both Guam and Rota, because then both islands would only receive, you know, fringe wind speed and bad weather from like either side. But the storm in the last 24 hours has taken a little bit of a southward dip. That's why it is kind of turning down, is that the right word? You know, like kind of on a southward track. That's why I should say a southward trend, more towards our island right here. But the eye, and again, these are projections. These are forecasts. So the center of the storm expected to be very, very close to coming right over us, or just narrowly south of us. So the CNMI, just like we are, was kind of keeping an eye on this, because they were expected to receive some bad weather as well, but it's moving more towards our island, it would appear. You know what? Let me ask. Hang on, guys. Give me one second. Hi, Nat. Do you know, is Jenny here right now? Oh, hello. Is Jenny here right now? Or they're in the briefing? Oh, they are. Okay. That's the one with the mayor's too, or? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, so there is a, typically, let me give you guys a little bit of inside baseball, like look at this, right? Typically when we have heavy weather briefings of this nature, if you guys have seen like the ones from the last few days, you know, Landon goes up there, oh, and the power just went out here. Okay, I'm on mobile data, so there you go. Generator in effect here at Civil Defense. Okay, let me know, did the power go out in your village while I got you guys on the line? I'm in Agania Heights. Seems like the power just went out. I'll try and figure out what's up with that. But has the power gone out on your street, in your neighborhood, in your village? Please let me know. And if it did, more importantly, you want to let a GPA know. I don't have the number in front of me, but I know it's, oh, is it 646? Yeah, you can call GPA. GPA has the emergency dispatch, and just let them know. Just make them aware of the fact that it might have gone out. Okay, Mary Lou, still have power in League One Terrace. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so what was I saying before the power went out? Oh, okay. So, oh, Sinanya power. Okay, that makes sense. You're right around the corner from us. Thank you for that, Sinanya. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate that, man. Okay, about the flights, Molden says, any flights, movement in and out of Guam, status of the airport. All right, what I need you to do is you can go to the governor's Facebook page, facebook.com/govlouguam, GOVLOUGUAM, and they put a big press release. They had it up last night with information about the flights. I don't know it off the top of my head because it's so much information, and I don't want to get it wrong. So please check that out, and you can see what's going on with the flights, both coming in and going out. Okay, Jonia still has power. Thank you guys. Man, you guys are on it. You guys jumped right on it. Okay. Mighty's good. Tatuha seems to be good. Tamuning, Tuman Harmon. Jonya still has power. Power in Dedido. Power in Wustig Road. All right. Wustig Road is kind of technically the border between Jigo and Dedido. I know because I stay in Ipapao. Marito still has power. All right. And Jigo has power. Okay. Hope. So as far as we know right now, based on your crowdsourced reporting, good job, guys. Here in Agana Heights, the power just seemed to go off for a few seconds, but Zach Ikfaji was saying Sinanya apparently went out too. So hopefully it's just isolated to these villages. Okay, so this is what I was saying. When we are called for a heavy weather briefing, we go in there. Landon, the NWS lead forecaster, does his thing, makes his presentation, and then they tell all of us in the media we have to leave because then there's a whole bunch of confidential stuff, stuff that only the emergency response agencies. My friends are WhatsApping me from like in the States now as words getting around that the storm's coming. But you know, basically there's a lot of stuff not for the general civilian population to know. So like some privacy stuff. So they ask us to leave, and then we have these back and forths with the weather experts. So the reason I brought that up is typically before we go into our briefing, the Emergency Operations Center always meets with the mayors and the vice mayors. There is a briefing going on right now, as I understand it, as myself and my buddy Eric, another member of the media, we've been waiting out here for almost an hour now, and that briefing has gone on a lot longer than it normally does. So they're probably talking about what's going on with the storm's movement. Obviously now the island's southern villages are probably a lot more concerned, maybe more so than they were about 24 hours ago, because with the movement of the storm now going a little bit more south of our island, you know, down in the south, the low-lying villages very prone to flooding. Let's talk about that for a second, guys, because flooding. Okay, people still reporting on power. Good to know, guys. Windward Hills has it. Back Road has power. Hoggett has power. All right. Good job. Good hustle, guys. You guys are awesome. Man, you guys want to work at KUM? You guys have a great. This is your this is your audition tape right here. Great job. I'll go to bat for you guys. Okay. The parts of the island that are prone to flooding, right? Let's go over this. That's our next comment. Our next topic for the comments. What areas do you typically see flooding happen the most? I know in Hoggett, you know, there's that one section right near the bridge that tends to flood. The bridge and the channel itself underneath tends to overflow a lot. There's that one, speaking of channels, kind of like the runoff heading towards on Airport Road, going towards Home Depot. When it really rains heavily, that whole runoff area, it looks like almost like a skate half pipe. That whole place can tend to overflow. In Tuman, because I lived in Tuman for 11 years, pretty much the whole strip from where Sandcastle begins to maybe at the Holiday Resort, that whole part there's a slight dip in the road there, but that whole strip of road can flood really bad. And I've seen a whole bunch of people like stall out when they're going through there. And then of course, you know, you've got Polaris Point, also known for flooding. So let's pray. Let's pray and let's do the right thing. And glad to see so many of you guys have prepared, have squared yourselves away, that you guys are being safe. And again, can't say this enough, that you guys are taking care of your mental health too, because this is a very unique storm. This is the first time that not just Guam, but the CNMI too, we are dealing with the mental health effects of going through a force of nature. Okay, Shauna Flores says in Agate, yep, over in Hoggett. I was saying that part right there near the bridge, right after you get through like the main part in the Ville. Yep, I know the area well. Okay, half a day from Mary down under in Australia, same time zone as us. But thank you for your well wishes, Mary. Okay, Humatek says food. That's true. Yeah. Again, the low-lying areas, particularly a lot of the villages in the southern end of the island. Flooding can be prone there. Roads can be washed out. Certain roads can be impassable. as we are now at 9:39. There was supposed to be a heavy weather briefing for the media. Yeah. Are they still planning on doing a new one? The other ones are just running late, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Thank you, bro. Okay, just making sure. But yeah, there is a briefing. I believe this is with the mayors and the vice mayors, and that one is running long. Jenna normally comes out and like tells us, she's like, oh, I mean, this is actually the first time in me covering this that they are not pinpoint on schedule. So they're obviously talking about some things that are way above my pay grade, like way more important for me to know. But yeah, that's at the mayoral level. They're talking about how to help residents and villagers that maybe in distress, where to go. The mayors know their villages and their streets like the back of their hands. So if people need help, they're just making sure they get that all taken care of. Okay, if I may, good morning. Can I just take a look at the snacks that you guys are preparing here? That's wonderful. Okay, take a look at the snacks, you guys. Okay, so we got some cheese. Okay, some deli meats. So this is what powers civil defense, right? Yeah, healthy, and it's okay. Thank you. All right, God bless you. Okay, then we also got there's some big bags of King's food over there. Yep, they are taken care of. We got a lot of some chips. That's what we do at KUM too, honestly. And how do you guys actually pass? What do you guys use for snacks? I try not to eat too much sugar because you can't work out. Okay, we've got some questions here. Let me see. Okay, Eric says, how strong is a typhoon? Let's get you guys recapped real quick. Overnight, some pretty extraordinary activity. Typhoon Mawar now is a Category 3 storm with maximum sustained winds at 125 miles per hour. As you see there, it's moving as it has over the past couple days. It's picked up speed a little bit. It's at 7 miles per hour, but now it's about 230 miles to the southeast of us. We should expect tropical storm force winds. That's around 40 miles per hour, give or take, sometime late this afternoon, as early as this afternoon. So as far as the storm strength, it is no joke. This is a very, very strong storm. This is also somewhat not unexpected, because Landon was saying yesterday, based on his projections, last night it was a Category 2 storm. He said by the time it gets closer and closer to Guam, it could be Cat 3. Okay, whoops. Okay, so when we say, how strong is a typhoon, that's how strong it is. And again, please, guys, bookmark these URLs. I've been repeating this on blue in the face. weather.gov/GUM. That is the National Weather Service. And they update these graphics that I really want you guys to take a look at, share with friends, let everybody in the States know, because they brought this up the other day, is May 21st, just a couple days ago. That was actually the anniversary of when Super Typhoon Pamela hit our island back in 1976. One of the worst typhoons. Some people would say like that was the worst storm in the history of Guam, but that happened back in '76, and the anniversary of that was 2 days ago. Landon was even saying it's very uncommon for storms to take place in May. But it does happen, obviously, with Pamela. So, but it is really good to see in the modern day here, with social media and with everybody having like devices and constant communication, that people are still doing the right thing. They're getting information. They're realizing that this is a thing and that this is happening, and they're going to the store. They're boarding up. I remember when I was a kid, I had to used to go out and help my dad put up like the old storm shutters, where you would actually like have to slide like those big, huge pieces of plywood like into the jambs on your windows. We got like accordion shutters maybe like 15 years ago. Best investment we ever made. So I hope you guys have those too, because they really make a difference. Okay, saying, are all GovGuam offices closed today? Yes indeed, except for the emergency response ones. Okay, Marcus says, can you update on what areas are closed as of this hour? As far as businesses or operations, we are in Condition of Readiness 2 right now, and Condition of Readiness 1 is expected to be called at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. We will go to Core 1 at 1 p.m. I saw a lot of, there's a lot, restaurants and some smaller shops. Some of them just boarded up and they suspended operations as of yesterday. Most of the island's banks have already closed up. The ATMs, from what I could see, are still available right now. But at some point they're going to put the accordion shutters on those too. They're going to make sure that they're secure. So if you please go and get cash if you didn't do so already. Gov Guam, when Core 2 is declared, Gov Guam suspends operations for all non-essential agencies. So smaller businesses, family-owned ones, those have closed already. There was a real good comment that we do appreciate. Hi, Christine Kitigua, thank you. We appreciate that too. They were saying Kmart apparently may be closing at 8 p.m. I've not been able to confirm that, but I have heard that from at least like 2 or 3 people. So we are still waiting right now. I'm on the clock too because I got a show to do at 11. I hope I still have a voice by 11 o'clock because I've been talking to you guys for like an hour and 10 minutes now. Oh, no thanks, bro. Oh, Eric's got a throat lice. Man, you got a whole big pack of Ricolas. Okay, so again, we will try and bring you information as soon as we can. The briefing, which precedes ours, taking longer than anticipated, so they're still in there. And this is very uncommon. Sanasha says, is it possible that the storm could pass Guam? Well, closest point of approach at this point, Sanasha, is expected to be around Wednesday mid-morning, it looks like. Here, let me show you. So if you mean, will it be a direct hit and pass directly over Guam? This chart, again, so these are all projections. I mean, these charts get more and more accurate the closer the storm gets, but as you can see there, it's very, very close to making a direct hit. And when you read the hourly updates from the NWS, they were saying it's very, very likely that the storm will come very close to passing right over Guam or just narrowly miss it to the south. But we'll still get, as you see here from the different colors, that is maximum storm intensity winds right there. We are going to get some very, very bad weather for at least probably a day or so, maybe the foreseeable future. So wait, before I flip that around, I was mentioning this earlier. If you are someone or you know someone who needs to make use of the island's public shelters, there were 9 opened yesterday. They expanded that again because of the way the storm was forming up. The storm has gained in strength and in intensity. So if you are in the north, there are 5 public shelters for you. There they are: Astumbo, Ujoa, Matanana, Upi, and Weddingale. 4 of those obviously in Dedido, Upi, in Jigo. If you're in the central part over in Barrigada, you can go to Carbalito. And if you're anywhere near Mingilao, or if you're in any of the central villages, that is, you can go to GW. That is a public shelter. Now, the southern villages, there were 2, Talafofo Elementary and Maritzo Martyrs Memorial School. They were set up last night. There are 3 that got opened, and all of these schools, all of these public shelters, available since 8 a.m. today. So if you think you may need a safe place to ride out the storm, if you don't think your house is up to par or will be able to handle a very, very strong typhoon force winds, please make sure to make use of the public shelters. So there, Harry S. Truman in Santa Rita Sumay, Inalahan, and MU Lujan Elementary School over in Jotnya. So please make use of that. And I am I'm gonna have to make a decision pretty soon, because I gotta should either figure out if I need to hang out here and then do the briefing, which is probably gonna take about 20 minutes, or do I need to hot tail it back to the station because I got a show at 11. And there's a lot of you guys watching right now, and we appreciate it. Oh, and if you guys want to see, I was thinking about resources. The governor actually put out a really good, oops, I think we just switched back to island power. Okay, so is Zach Ekfaji still watching? Zach, are you there? If you are, is Sinanya, did the power just come back on? If you're not in generator, because it looks like the lights flickered here for a sec. I think we're back on island power here. So if Zach didn't pop off yet, Zach, let me know if you have a power right around the corner from us in Sinanya, please. Thank you. Yeah, as I was saying, the governor had a YouTube video that she uploaded yesterday, kind of like letting everybody know what the situation is, how proud she is of the community thus far in preparing. That's a beautiful message by Manuela there. Thank you, Manuela, and we hope you're safe too. We really do. Whew. Hi, Maggie. Good morning. Oh, okay. So Maggie said Maggie's a teacher or professor. Excuse me. She's a professor for University of Maryland, where my colleague Nick Delgado just graduated, and Maggie's been with us ever since. Yeah. So I went on. I started my live stream. I want to say maybe at about 8:53, and you know it's going to be an hour in about 3 minutes, but there is apparently a briefing, the one that normally precedes ours for the media. They're talking to the military, the mayors and the vice mayors. They've been in there way longer than they normally are, so they're talking about some pretty important stuff. Okay, Zach, Sinanya's power again. All right, outstanding. Happy to hear that, man. Again, if you're wondering, the governor's office did say yesterday that, speaking of power and the utilities, they talked to the heads of the Guam Water Works Authority, the Guam Power Authority, and the Department of Public Works, just to make sure that water, power, and roadways, respectively, and the trees, because like when the wind really picks up, trees might get blown down. That's the other thing. They're making sure that everything is all taken care of. After the storm passes, please make sure to stay inside. Don't go outside. I know, especially like in a TikTok era, or everybody wants to put it on their Instagram story. It's probably not going to be safe. Wait until your mayors or the governor or us in the media, until we relay the information that it is safe to actually go outside, because there may be down power lines. Some of those lines, I pray that it doesn't, but like if those lines may be live, it can be very, very scary, and we don't want to impose any more work on GPD and GFD than what they're already doing, and they're working really, really hard. So you know what? Shout out to all the cops, the EMTs, the firefighters, the emergency responders, the mayors, the vice mayors, the nurses, the doctors, the paramedics, the military folks, the Marines, the soldiers, the sailors, the Coast Guardsmen. Everybody who is working around the clock as we get ready for the arrival of Typhoon Mawar. For a lot of people, this is like a 2-day mini vacation, and that's fine. Just do the right thing. Make sure your mental's squared away. Don't stress, and eat some snacks. Watch Netflix. Just make sure you take care of yourself and your family. But please say a prayer for all the people that are working really, really hard around the clock to make sure that everybody's safe and our island is doing okay. Okay, Thea. Okay, do I have an update on the location? Okay, and of course you would ask me about the latitude and longitude. those are areas I'm really, really bad at. But here's where we are right now. I can tell you like how far away it is. 235 miles to the southeast of Guam. That means that it's expected to make its closest point of approach to us maybe sometime mid-morning on Wednesday. Oh, you go. I'm tracking it on the map. Okay. Here is if you go to weather.gov/GUM again, please go to that. Here is the latitude and longitude, right? There you go. 10.7 north lat, 146.9 east long. Thank you for that. I was mentioning like my days in ROTC. I haven't used latitude and longitude since I did map orientation. You're actually having me use some skills I haven't used in like 32 years. So yeah, so for those of you who actually can convert latitude and longitude, I can't. And for those of you who actually follow, like we were mentioning boaters earlier, if you have a boat, most mariners have secured their boats. For those of you that can actually do the conversion from knots to miles per hour in your head, more power to you, because I can't. Can you convert kilometers to miles? Okay, watching from CNMI Saipan, says Naka. Okay, yeah, we hope you guys are doing very well up there as well. And again, there are a lot of people. My colleague Tomas Manglone was telling me yesterday, it's a concern, the fact that this is the first major typhoon that our friends up in the NMI are dealing with since, and there are a lot of very scary memories that have been brought up from Typhoon Sadalor and the damage that super typhoon wrought. So again, prayers, send in love, sending support, sending this Hafide spirit to everybody on Rhoda, in Tinian, on Saipan, and everything like that. Yeah, we got nothing but love for the NMI. Okay. Okay. I gotta make a call. I really want to stay on with you guys, because knowing my luck, I'm gonna end this live stream and get in my car and go back to Harmon so I can do like my 11 o'clock show from Harmon. But with my luck, they're gonna start right after I leave. So. Okay, Lori Potter says, concerned Navy mom from Michigan here. Okay, go Navy, first of all. And Lori, thank you for the comment. I know that the military has squared themselves away since Saturday. And there was a comment earlier, and I believe they said Naval Commissary is closing at 1300. So the commissary will be suspending operations when we go into Condition of Readiness 1, which is at 1 p.m. for us civilians. But apparently the commissary also closing at 1 p.m. for our friends on base. Okay. Man, I want to stay here. Okay, for those of you who are how's the traffic out there? I know it'll probably take me about maybe 11-12 minutes to get back to Harmon, but how is the traffic based on what you guys have seen? It was smooth sailing when I came up here, and I left the office like at 7:55. I think I was here by like 8:06. And I drive safe. Okay, and it's been an hour. It's been an hour it's been an hour and 4 minutes. Okay, tell you what. I'm gonna sign off for now. If the briefing does come on, I'll be right back on. But I'm gonna sign off for now. I'm gonna call my coworkers and see what they want me to do as far as getting any interviews and everything like that. So if I'm able to carry the weather briefing, that should happen in just a few moments. If not, I'll see you guys at 11 a.m. Please make sure to check us out. We're gonna be on YouTube and on Facebook at 11 a.m. for Hotspot. We'll give you all the information, what's going on Guam, what's expected at 1 o'clock when we go to Condition of Readiness Level 1, what's going on up in Saipan with their preparations, and what the next, probably the next key 24 hours are going to hold for our islands. So hopefully I'll talk to you guys really, really soon. So I'll see you guys in the hotspot in probably about an hour. So having talked for an hour and 6 minutes, nonstop, reporting from the Office of Civil Defense and Homeland Security in Agana Heights, I'm Jason Salas. Good luck to you. Good luck, Guam.